Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Ahchyam, Yahweh Shai, by Ahchyam, Rachakwadash. The abundance is due unto the elders, which are the apostles of great millstone that rule well, that taught me this truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right, I'm the brother Qadar Malak. Want to bring out another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ahchyam, Yahweh Shai. And may this lesson be edifying to the elect, wherever they may be scattered. All right. And the point of this lesson I want to get into, I believe I'm entitled it, that the I got it spirit can be detrimental. All right. The I got it spirit. All right. It can be detrimental. And what I mean, by the, I got it spirit is, you can't receive instruction anymore. All right. Spiritually, because, you feel like you got it all figured out. All right. Like there's no more to learn anymore. And that can be detrimental, man. By detrimental, it can be harmful. All right. It can be damaging. All right. Destructive. Because what you have to know is we never stop learning. It ain't one brother who can, say they fully got this, man. All right. We learning every day, in the spirit, of things, to do. All right. And things that, we shouldn't do, things that we should be, hold back from. It's all a learning experience. When you first came into this truth, you came in as a babe. You had to unlearn the things of the world. You had to unlearn certain doctrines. All right. And then what? You start, learning. Okay. But, that learning process, it never stops. All right. It never stops to the point where you can just say, you know what? I got this on my own. All right. And be self-willed in this truth. There's always, more learning. There's always things that you can do better and things that you can perfect. All right. So to be in the I got it spirit where, you feel like you don't need instruction anymore. Or you don't need, the brother that's above you in the truth to tell you nothing anymore because you think you got it. And it just shows pride. That's all it shows, man. All right, and you don't want to be prideful. Like the scripture said that pride goeth before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Because usually when you see the I got it spirit, it all comes from pride, and then it's a haughty spirit, meaning a puffed up spirit. Oh, I got this. No, I don't need anyone to give me instruction because I got it. So. Without further ado, I'm going to get into these scriptures. All right, Lord willing, the elect be edified. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 5. And it says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. You hear that? So what? A wise man is going to hear and increase learning. All right? You can never, have it in your mind. You don't want to have it in your mind that, there's nothing nobody can teach me. I got here, the spirit got me this far. What do I need to hear from anybody else around me? The brotherhood, the ministry. What do I need to hear from anybody else? Because, I'm at that level now. I'm at that level where nobody can tell me nothing, man. And that's an all-fast spirit. As we just read, the scripture says what? Let's read it again. Proverbs 1 and 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning. All right, so there's always room for improvement. All right, there's always room, to increase your learning, man. But a wise man will hear. All right, so if you're truly wise, what? You'll be listening. Okay, and you wouldn't be listening. All right, for I don't want to say for lack of a better term. You wouldn't be, listening to give an answer back, for lack of a better term. It's something I wanted to say. All right. You listen to learn, man. All right. You listen to increase in learning. And it says, "In a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel." So, any man, who claim to have the faith, All right, the knowledge, the wisdom of the Lord, and the understanding. What? You're going to attain unto the wise counsels. You know what? You're going to listen to the men above you. You're going to learn from them. You're going to learn from their mistakes. All right? You're going to learn to do right. But it all comes from what? Attaining. All right? And listening. And making room for improvement. Not, I got this. I don't need nobody to give me instruction, man. All right? That shows that you're really being self-willed. All right? And you truly don't respect the order. You don't respect the order of the brothers that are above you. The brothers that are above them. You're just being self-willed, man. That's not wise. That's not smart. And that can be detrimental, all right, to your salvation. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 15. It says, the heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. All right? So the mind of, someone wise, they're always, aiming, to receive and get knowledge. All right? Not to feel like, they're on some level where can't nobody, oh, well, yeah, I know that. I heard about that. See, I seen that before, and it's cool, man. All right? If you're up on your stuff, man, to the best of your ability, you catch the videos, you understand, prophecy, you understand, a lot of things. All right? That don't mean, you can't learn more, That don't mean you have to be this guy who feel like they can't be told anything because they know what they know, man. There's always room, all right, for what to seek more knowledge. Hey, I done came across I come across hey, brothers all the time, even brothers in the camp, they say, hey man, brother, have you heard about this? And if I heard about it before, I say, yeah, Khan, I heard about it before, but I'm willing to listen to see if it's any more that I need to know about that situation. Okay, now, you don't have to tell me because I heard it all before. No, there's always room, to know. Hey, maybe it was a piece of something that I didn't catch on from the last time. I'm always, learning from other brothers. Brothers are always putting me on game about something else, man. So, you don't want to be puffed up to it's like, you're perfect in this truth where you don't have to be told anything, or you're not learning anymore, or you just don't. I learn from brothers all the time. They always put me up on game. All right, and and I'd be a fool, not to listen and learn from other brothers also, man. All right. First and foremost, spiritually, the scriptures and the knowledge. All right, and then on a lively, aspect, the things that we are applying to our life, we're learning, character from one another. Maybe a brother had a situation at a job. Maybe a brother had a situation, with his woman, or whatever the case may be. We learn, from other brothers' experiences. So that's exactly why, the Lord can have you go through something, all for another brother, to learn from it. All right, so you don't want to always take it as be so caught up into yourself, man. What about the next brother? Your situation, a brother could have learned from. So it says, Proverbs 18:15, the heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. So wise men, you're gonna seek knowledge. You ain't gonna be to the point where you feel like you don't need to learn no more, or nobody can tell you anything no more. That's fucking pride, man. And hey, the scripture said that the Lord is far from pride. Proverbs 9:9, it says, give instruction to a wise man, and he will yet be wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase learning. So it's all about increasing that learning, man. Don't be so proud when you feel like you just don't learn from brothers anymore. Like what a brother of my camp gonna teach me? I pretty much know everything. What about that brother's labor? What about that brother's experience in the truth? Some brothers been here longer than others, man. All right, and don't ever feel like you're in no position Where you can't learn from a brother that's beneath you in the spirit. Or he may not be in your ranking, and you feel like he should be learning from you. Hey, we all learn from each other, man. We all learning from one another, man. Hey, no man is higher up than others. Yes, we have order, we have rank, but I never try to put myself over another brother, man. I'm just a man, bro. I'm just trying to receive salvation. I never belittle a brother because of a ranking or anything, man. I don't know. You don't know who these men could be. These men could be good friends of Yahweh Shai. Hey, when you're reading the scriptures, hey, we're reading about ourselves, man. You don't know who brothers are, man. You want to make sure you respect them. The Lord said, what you doing to my little ones, you doing to me. These could be the Lord's little ones, man. All right, so you don't never want to put a brother down. All right, because his rank, you feel like he hasn't been more in life, he hasn't been through more in life than you. We all have our walks. We all learn from one another, man. So remember that. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7, and it says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." Okay, so what? Only a fool is going to despise, that wisdom. All right, and that instruction. All right, and ultimately always remember, all right, that wisdom and that instruction is from the Lord. All right, that wisdom, that instruction is from the Lord, and the Lord, He put it on a brother's spirit. All right, for you to attain that instruction. All right, so hey, the scriptures say that we are subject one to another. All right, every brother is subject to someone. Everybody, we all need that, that brother, who's going to, correct you and give you instruction on certain things. All right, and you don't never want to be too puffed up where you can't feel like you can't receive that instruction. And it goes back to what? I got it spirit, and I'm guilty, to having that, early on in this truth, that I got it spirit. I can do it all by myself. I don't need help. I don't need instruction. I don't need nobody telling me anything. I got this. And it really just shows pride, man. You want to be far away from that pride. Receive the instruction, man. And yeah, you might have heard it before. You might have heard it once before. You might have heard some type of instruction or correction once before. But what's wrong with hearing it again and just listening and understanding, and just saying, what, that's right. All right, you don't always have to say, what, I heard this before. I don't need to hear it again, man. There's always room for improvement. All right, this is Proverbs 10 and 17. It says, "He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth." So what? Refusing the instruction can cause you to err. So what? It can be detrimental. All right, refusing instruction, refusing correction, refusing to listen because you feel like you got it all figured out can cause you to go off. The scripture says what? 2 is better than 1. How can one be warm alone? All right, so what? You always have someone, to pick you up, and that's the beauty of the brotherhood. The scripture said a just man falleth 7 times, but he gets back up. So you're gonna fall a complete amount of times, but you have, the brotherhood here, to help you, uplift you, give you, instruction, give you wisdom, hey, even pray for you. But somebody that's self-willed, and we didn't see it time after time. All right, even other guys, and even in other camps, or they get the Lord sifts them out, and they end up by themselves and they fall because they don't have a foundation. They don't have a strong foundation to lean on. This truth ain't easy, man. Try doing this by yourself, and you will see. You know, a lot of guys don't come back from, falling, all right, or getting kicked out. All right, so I'm going to read that once again. It says, Proverbs 10:17, he is in the way of life that keepeth instruction. But, hey, that's a good point too. You're in the way of life that keepeth instruction. You're on the right path, keeping the instruction, keeping the ordinances, man. Willing to listen and willing to learn. All right? Because, hey, in order to be a good teacher and a good leader, what? You have to be a good follower first. You know, it all comes with, being, followers, man. We all followers. We all subject one to another. Hey, I believe it was Peter who said, how can I learn unless some men teach me? All right? So, you came into this knowledge being taught by men. What makes you think you can get to a point where you don't have to be taught anymore? No, that wisdom, we're still learning. We're still, trying to increase that learning, man. Whether it be from brothers that are high ranking, brothers that are over you in the spirit, brothers that are under you in the spirit. We're all learning, man. All right? So, he is in the way, Proverbs 10:17, he is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. So, yeah, don't refuse the reproof. Don't refuse the instruction. Listen, learn, and just keep it moving, man. That's all. Keep it simple, man. Let's see. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. It says, all scripture is given by the inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction and righteousness, man. So all these scriptures was the inspiration of Yahweh, and these things are profitable unto men of the Lord. All right, who truly seek the Lord, truly fear the Lord. All right, it says for reproof, correction, and in that instruction. The scriptures say what? Hey, seek the wise counsels. All right, of the ancient. Meaning what? The men that were before you. Always have respect unto them, man. Because the Lord put the spirit on them, all right, to give you proper instruction to be where you are today. In the spirit, all right? All through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. We don't take any credit for any of that. All right? All the credit goes back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. But that's how the Lord works. All right? There's an order to this. The scripture said, let all things be decently, do all things decently and in order. All right? So, let's see. I get one more. This is 2 Timothy 2:15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right? So we have to study. Oh, and examine ourselves. All right, and I brought out this 2 Timothy 2:15 because the scriptures also goes into what? Study to be quiet. You have to study to be quiet. That way, what? You can learn. You don't want to be babbling all the time. You don't want to talk too much. Especially around, brothers who's been around. All right. The scripture says what? Actually, let me get something. Bear with me for a quick second. Let me see. Con. This is it here. Yeah, you don't want to find yourself, speaking too much, man. All right, I believe it's Sirach 32. Let me get it. We're going to read up a little bit. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 32. Verse 7. It says, speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. So what, man? You don't speak when it's need. It's a need. You don't speak to just be speaking. You don't be speaking just to sound smart. You don't speak for, everybody, to have everybody attention, just to be speaking. Speak when there's a need, or need of thee. And it says, and yet scarcely when thou art asked twice. Verse 8, it says, let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth, and yet hold his tongue. All right, so it's fine and dandy for brothers to understand that, you understand this, man. But, if you have an elder or a brother that are among you and they're speaking, we don't always have to put our 2 cents in, because we've been through that same situation. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with, adding, hey, man, I've been through the same thing. But, hey, sometimes it's just best to just listen. It says, be as one that knoweth, and yet hold his tongue. So, you can know something, but just because you know something, all right, you don't have to, let everybody know that you've been through that too, or you know that too. Just listen. All right, hold your tongue. Verse 9. Now we get into the point, the real point. Verse 9. It says, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. So, when you're among, brothers, elders, brothers who've been around for a while, even brother among your camp, man. Because I try to give everybody equal respect, man, from that, from the elders to brothers that I'm around to, younger brothers that are under me. Everybody, you get the same equal respect, man. Equal respect. And it says what? If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. Don't make yourself equal with those brothers, man. They've been around here. They've been around longer. They have more experience. They've seen a lot. They know more. So what? It's best that what? That you just be quiet and listen. It says, and when ancient men are in place, use not many words. So, don't be around elders. Don't be around brothers just babbling and just talking, man. Be quiet and listen, man. It shows respect, man. Especially, that brothers got experience, man. Just have respect and just listen. All right. So, that was the point, all right, of the lesson. That what? The self-willed spirit, all right, the I got it spirit can be detrimental. Always remember that, we're all learning. All right, and that learning process, it doesn't stop, man. Keep that in mind. We're always learning, man, and there's always room for improvement. All right, there's always room, to learn more from the scriptures, all right, and other brothers. All right, so that about does it for this lesson. Lord willing, the elect was edified. Until next time, all praise and glory be due unto Yahweh, Ahchyam, Yahweh Shai, Ahchyam, the one is due unto the elders, which are the apostles of the great millstone. I'm going to say shalom.